What's going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters? I just wanted to come on here and do a very quick live. Very impromptu. I wasn't sure if I was going to, I honestly didn't know I was going to do this until I left work for the first half of my shift today. So I'm on break right now. And I just wanted to go live real quick because I wanted to express some things to you all about self-worth and self-value. Some things that I realized, probably have realized, but it just kind of came to a head today. And guys, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. And I'm trying not to take things personally because I know it's not my fault, but at the same time it is because I have not embodied the trust and faith in the universe that I would like to. And in some aspects, I've been kind of lying to myself and not just trusting that things will work out if I move towards certain things, take risks. You gotta understand, Uranus is in Taurus now. It will be going into my 6th house very soon, actually. So this has to do with my day-to-day reality, my routine, my service, my work. And I'm tired of being tired. And I'm tired of being tired of being tired. Because I'm worth so much more than I give myself credit for and that I allow myself to experience. So let me back up. So I have been getting in the habit these past few times that I've worked, these past several days that I have worked, of meditating before and praying before and asking for the courage and strength to move through the day with ease, grace, and flow, and to overcome any challenges that I have, because I've been finding myself getting really triggered or easily triggered at work. So I've been taking upon this practice of asking for the guidance to not be as triggered. And I would do this literally before every shift. I've been doing this for like the past, I would say like 3 work days or so that I've worked. And it actually has worked. I found myself not getting as triggered, even with in a moment where I could get flustered. I'm not perfect, but I do the best that I can. And it has been helping. So today when I went in, I work a double today. So I went in for my shift. I got there early. I did all my opening side work and went out to the back, and there are some nice trees behind the restaurant. So I went back there and put my spine and kundalini up against this tree and did some Om chants, and I prayed. Asked for the strength and the courage to move through the day with as much ease, grace, and flow as possible. And it worked up until a certain point. I had this table, and I've had tables like this before, but honestly, what happened with this table reminded me of something that happened to me earlier in my restaurant serving career at my first job. This is like, it's 2019 now, so this was probably 7 years ago or so. So at the very beginning of it, 7 or 8 years ago. I've been serving in restaurants since 2010. And what happened today reminded me of something that happened then. Essentially, back then, I had this lady who was kind of needy as well, and she acted very nice. And she left me a 2-cent tip. Now, that was at Golden Corral, and I don't really expect much out of the clientele that goes there. I really don't. But that was by far the worst tip I ever got. I'd rather get stiffed than get a 2-cent tip, personally. But that happened. Today I had a table of 6, and they were very needy. I didn't like their energy when they came in because they kind of acted like they owned the place. And like I said, very needy, but I've dealt with needy people before. And one of the gentlemen said that he was they're originally going to split up the check in like 4 different ways, right? So whatever. The tab was like 53, 54 bucks, right? They end up splitting it in 2 checks. One check was 39.67, which now I feel like this number is going to be ingrained within me until I forgive them, which I already made the act of forgiving them. I even heard it within my being, but I'm still kind of fuming about it. It was a $39.67 check, 67-cent check, excuse me. And then the other one was like 14 something, right? So the dude ended up paying for some of the other people there, and they didn't know about it. So he gave me $40 cash and told me to keep the change, which came out to 33 cents. Now, initially I was upset, but I was like, I hope he leaves some more cash on the table. Considering all the work that I did for this table, considering the fact that I neglected to take other tables because I was so busy trying to take care of this table because they were so fucking needy. Excuse me. That's all I got. I got 33 cents on a nearly $40 tab. And then the other one was like $2.06 on like a $14 or $15 tab. So overall, I got $2 and some change on $50+ dollars. These things have happened to me before, but this one hit me harder. I felt disrespected. I did not feel like the service I gave them warranted the amount that they gave me. I know people can be down on luck. I know people can be going through hard times. In my personal opinion, I don't think you should really go out to eat to a restaurant if you can't tip at least 15%. And that's on the low end. That's on the very low end. I'm tired of that, guys. And I'm trying not to take it personally. I'm a damn good server. I'm not perfect, but I'm damn good at what I've been doing. I'm damn good at it. I try not to take it personally because when it comes to this course, this is money, this is income, and this is how I make my living. I want to make my living doing readings, making videos, and I will, but it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, and that's okay. I'm up to the challenge. I value myself enough to continue doing these videos, to continue doing this work, to continue expressing my truth and, sharing this platform with all of you, because I really do enjoy it and it's fun. And for me, honestly, it's just kind of effortless, But I've been needing more and more and more effort to get through the workday in my day job. The one positive thing I got that I said to myself, like, well, at least it's 33 cents. It's 33 is a master number. So that's a good thing, right? I'm making this video as a reminder of self-worth. That if someone disrespects you or someone doesn't recognize your worth, that is not entirely a reflection on you. It's not. It wasn't my fault that I got that shitty of a tip. That's not my fault. What is my fault is allowing myself to stay in a place, in a position that doesn't serve me anymore. That is my fault. I've had opportunities. I have a great opportunity that has arisen that does have risk involved, but I don't know if I give a fuck about the risk anymore. I don't know if I care, because the potential is double, triple what I'm doing right now. And that's not even considering the astrology and the tarot that I want to be doing. In fact, it can actually help to grow that part. It actually helped to grow my business when it comes to that. But I've been afraid. Sometimes we get shorted, and it's not a reflection of how we really feel about ourselves. But if we continue to pay attention to it and put ourselves in the situation to potentially get screwed over like that, then that is our fault. And I have to take personal responsibility for that. Pluto just went retrograde, Saturn just went retrograde in Capricorn. This is in my second house. So it makes sense why all this shit is happening, right? It makes sense why all of this is happening. And I'm over it. I'm so fucking over it. And that's nothing against the great people that I work with, because they're great people. And I've had a lot of good experiences there, a lot of good memories. It's been fun. I'm also realizing that I don't really vibrate there anymore either, and that there are some energetic influences there that actually bring down my vibration. And I do my best to protect myself, but sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I could be a little impressionable. Sometimes I'm not able to build up the protection and the security to not be affected by these energies as well as I could be. I've been doing a better job these past few days of praying for the strength and the courage to move through the day with ease, grace, and flow. And it has helped me to become less triggered at work. And I do believe that, you know, wherever we are right now in this moment, we are meant to be there. I also believe that if you don't want to be somewhere, it's up to you to make a change and do something about it. And this comes down to the whole self-worth thing. The sun is in Taurus. The sun just moved into my 6th house. And Uranus is here as well. So it is about making a change, doing something different and unique, thinking differently, and therefore attracting into your life that abundance that reflects this heightened sense of self-worth and self-value. If anyone happens to be watching live, thank you so much for joining. If you happen to watch this afterwards, thank you so much for joining. I know that my tone and my energy is not the greatest right now, but that's just because I'm pissed. Like, I'm really pissed. I'm not as pissed off at myself too. I'm actually more pissed off at them, which is kind of crazy because I think normally I would be more pissed off at myself, but I think it's because I know what I have to do now. And like I said, I'm trying not to take it personally. And I wish them the best. I wish them healing. And I wish that whoever serves them in the future at our restaurant or another restaurants, I pray that they have the strength and courage to take care of them to the best of their ability, and maybe they'll get a really good tip. Maybe it was just unlucky. Maybe it was just unlucky for me today. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Or maybe this is finally the domino that needed to fall to fucking wake myself up. If I was the manager of a restaurant and that happened to one of my servers, honestly, I would ban them. I would ban them from the restaurant. Because you're not going to treat my servers that way. That's what I would do if I had a restaurant. If I heard that one of my servers got a really, and I've had shitty tips before. I've had 10% tips and shit like that, you know, whatever. You get over that sort of stuff. It usually balances out because someone else will give you like a 25 to 30% tip. Sometimes it balances out. But to get a tip like 33 cents on a $40 tab is honestly, it's not right. It's not right. And if I was a manager, I would ban them. If they came back into my restaurant, I'm gonna be like, look, you have to minimally tip your server 15%. Because if you don't, you're not allowed to come back here. And that may sound harsh and cruel, but I'm not going to waste my servers and my workers' time by taking care of people that are, first of all, needy as fuck, and don't appreciate what they're being given. Because people got to understand, servers, we work off the tips. And a lot of people will be like, well, you know, I think a lot of people think that someone else will take care of the server and they don't have to tip as much. But if they're thinking that, imagine how many other people are thinking that. One, and this is not everybody. This is not everyone. This is actually really the minority. But sometimes it's that small little minority, or that, you know, that small bit majority, and then you have the middle ground, right? So you have like the two outliers. Sometimes it's those outliers that really determine like your vibration and stuff like that when it comes to this industry. You gotta understand, if restaurants actually paid their servers a livable wage, over half of the restaurants, at least here in the Western world, over half of the restaurants would shut down. Like that. Like that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you how it is and just kind of giving you the reality of it. So my experience working in restaurants over the past 9 years has been overall positive. It's been overall character building. It's been overall beneficial. And it has overall helped me to know more of who I am. But I'm over it. I'm tired. I think I'm going back home. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna watch something fun, and I'm gonna go make myself laugh. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening. And I trust that you do the same. Just a reminder that if you feel disrespected by someone, don't allow that to determine how you feel about yourself. Don't allow it to be the final say-so. You know, I know there have been times where I didn't give the greatest service, and I still got good tips. But I know that there are times where I haven't given the greatest service, and I will do everything I can to make up for it. And most people are understanding, you know, in those cases. Most people are really understanding in those cases. I would say actually pretty much like all of them are understanding, and they won't give you a shitty tip. Actually, it's usually the people that you do a great job for, and they act really nice in front of your face, and then they leave you something shitty. That's what pisses me off the most. But no one can determine that for you. No one can determine your sense of worth and value. No one can determine that. Only you can. Sure, you may have a job that pays you $50,000 a year, and your value may be determined based off of that number. Or that's what they say is like, oh, you're doing this? Okay, so based off of you doing this, you've determined that your value is $50,000 a year. Don't believe in that number. You're worth so much more. Even if you're really happy and that's what you're supposed to be doing for the rest of your life and stuff, know that you are worth more than that $50,000. You're worth so much more than that. And I'm worth more than where I am right now. I'm worth so much more. I love you all so much. Thank you for listening to me rant. Whenever I see people fold their arms, it's usually them trying to keep their energy in. So I'm just gonna let that shit go. I'm gonna let that shit go. I'm gonna open up the blinds. I'm gonna let it go. Let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let that shit fucking go. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. I promise next time you see me, I will be in a more uplifted mood. I have the horoscopes that I'm going to start making for the 12 signs for May. I have the weekly horoscope, and I actually have a couple of readings, personal readings I'm going to be doing too. So if you did order a personal reading from me, I will do my best to get that out to you this week. If not, then it may be a couple weeks because I am going to go on vacation, but I'm going to do my best to get those readings out this week. Okay? And the May horoscopes, I'm going to do my best to get those out before week's end as well, because I'm going to make sure that I get all of those kind of videos out before I go on my vacation. And And while I'm on vacation, I'll probably make some videos too. I'm trying to bring myself with me, but I'm not going to be as active. So anyways, I love you all so much. And remember to take care of yourself, take care of your vibration, and to realize that you are worth so much more than what people tell you. And you're worth so much more than what you tell yourself sometimes. I know sometimes we can get down on ourselves and tell ourselves that we're not worthy, but you are. You absolutely are. It just takes courage sometimes to see that and to feel that. Anyways, I love you all, my beautiful brothers and sisters. Y'all have a lovely, blissful day. And as always, remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile.